I do believe that marketers should be the revenue leaders, not necessarily sales. And what's interesting to me is that if you talk to VC firms, private equity boards, they always go to the sales leader as the revenue leader.
Mhm.
And I get that because the AE, it depends on your model. Like product-led growth, I think is a completely different discussion, right? But sales-led growth makes sense because the AE is the one closing the deal. But if marketing's doing their job correctly, they should be sourcing the majority of those deals to begin with. So for all intents and purposes, we are a revenue generating team. We're just called marketing.
That's fair. And I think there's a clear differentiation between, marketing's job is to get the individual to show up, at least on the inbound side, there's a sales development, the outbound side, it's the sales development rep's job. And then the sales job is obviously pick up that baton from, okay, we've had either first conversation or we've generated some sort of interest. And I think that's the sort of specialization model that, Aaron talked about in the original predictable revenue. It's interesting that sort of sales development kind of sits as that bridge between the two, right? I think, again, there's no right or wrong answer. Our argument for revenue was sales development really it's not necessarily marketing. We wanted them to have more of a, I think if you draw the distinction, or at least here in Vancouver, it's very common for people to think marketing and to think brand and not necessarily demand gen. And so too easy, if you're suddenly they're sitting under marketing, they're like, okay, well, maybe the expectations are a little bit different. Maybe the purpose of the role is a little bit different, right? And our SDRs, they still have a quota, still have goals, inbound, outbound. Inbound and outbound for us has always rolled up under the same team. It's always been under sales development itself. So
look, I walking into this job, I was very much a brand marketer, but guess what? You can't do really cool brand stuff unless you generate revenue, because then you're just going to be seen as a brand marketer. So we have the ability to do amazing direct mail, board games, golden llamas, our world-class events. Like all the stuff that we do is because we are revenue driving marketing team. And the other thing to note is that a lot of my peers talk about the alignment between sales and marketing is broken. When BDRs are under marketing, it forces alignment. You have to be aligned. The entire model breaks if the marketing and sales leadership are not aligned. Outside of revenue, man, that has been the number one positive of having BDRs live under marketing, is because it forces marketing and sales leadership to communicate on a weekly basis, which they should be doing anyway.